Hello, now then, welcome back. This is episode 14 of the Ridgeside Farm Folktales hard mode playthrough, and today we're going to go finish off a few bits and pieces around in our little, downtown Delta housing complex, and also probably look to finish off some of the bits and pieces that are kicking off underneath here in our Ridgeside Farms. This is an ongoing long time affair, and it'll probably take them a million years to do this, but I have every faith that at some point it will be completed today. Okay, just notification for a drought. Hopefully that won't be too long, but they'll blow all this up. I put all the blocks back in because, yeah, I just did. What we will need to also do is plant some more stuff for the beavers to actually eat. There is also, just going down a couple more layers here, this section also. So again, when they finish with the one, they'll start on this. There's a long way to go though. We do probably need to fix the production for that. Because, well, quite frankly, it's not enough. We're not, even with two of these things, it's not good enough. So, to that end, while we're here, let's chuck it in. Helps if I actually hit the right thing, doesn't it, really? But there we go. Now, I think I'll have one more of those, and we'll have another planker, which will give us, what, 5 of them? We can also take some out eventually, but I don't really want to mess with taking them out for a variety of issues that it causes. We did also lay in some well-being bits and pieces up here, which they will eventually get to, but not before they've done all of this. So, just to hit some of that well-being stat goodness, let's just get the party started on that. That's instantly going to add some benefit to the well-being, really, because it's not the best. So aesthetics-wise, there's nothing, which is obviously a lot of that will fix. We did also look at potentially putting in the Fountain of Joy from one of the monuments, trying to squeeze that in somewhere. There was a suggestion to get rid of this, which, now that we have the zip line, is probably fine. I don't think they'll actually walk through the water to get to any of this, but we'll see. But let's just see if... no, what am I doing? Wrong button. The old Fountain of Joy will fit in, but we'll just have to rejig this, which, in all honesty, probably needs to be done anyway. So probably say rip that out, and obviously get rid of all of this. Wrong button. And goodbye to that. We have the science for it. Obviously, there's some paths there. Let's just deal with this also. Yes. And it fits beautifully. Perfect. So, let's see. Which way do we want it to face? That's the question. I think facing the colony. So we'll do that, but I'm just going to pause it for now. I just want to place it. I don't actually want them to build it just yet. Again, concentrating on getting these pieces built should give us a decent boost there. They do have this over this side. We may be able to squeeze one back in on that side. Where is it? Yeah, we could. Just need to take these paths out. So why don't we place that back in? I know it's on the wrong side of the downtown area, but I don't think the beavers will be too worried about it. Okay, so it's 21-day drought, so this will dry out this area, but it's going to be what it's going to be for that one, I'm afraid. Obviously, this is hard mode, so we've got basically like it or lump it, I suppose. Yeah, we could place a few more of these down, but one thing I did want to put down in this area from the well-being is showers. As in, what's the point in having all these lovely amenities if you can't get a shower? I just squeeze these in where they make some sense, and where we can, obviously. Try and get a couple on each, well, on each island, I guess. Again, where they make sense. And I guess maybe zigzag them a bit, just for a bit of does it look a bit nicer? Get that in. And with that, I think this area is pretty much done. Oh yeah, we're missing one on here, aren't we? So let's just say I'll fit quite nicely in there. We'll get one in there too. So it's a bit of a hodgepodge of stuff. It doesn't look particularly natural, but it will be fine. We will put a forester down here because I do want to plant the rest of it with what we can't get as trees of some variety, and then just unplant them so they'll spawn naturally. So, has that done anything to the aesthetics? Lidos are going up, which is good. Roofs are working beautifully. Nice. We do need to get... not this yet, because we... blocks. We definitely have the planks for it. That's for sure. That's probably because they're all down in here. Yeah, you see that's planks and extract. Let me just say, collect all that jazz. So I would like to rip out some more of it, but yeah. Putting this in has pretty much blown my mind trying to get it to be done, so I'm just going to leave it be. I think we can safely rip these ones out, though. But we haven't done the ones above, so again, going to leave them alone. Okay. The windmills are pretty much sustaining us. The gravity batteries are holding steady, so that's nice to see. We have quite a lot of injured beavers, which is a thing. We did build this last time, and I don't think I'm going to keep it. These 6 are doing fine. I honestly don't think we actually need it. So, I am just going to say goodbye. And then we'll just push these bits so that they can be collected and we'll get this destroyed. Let's just say pick all of me this and pick all of me that. Thank you. It's a bit of a way for them to come, but they'll get to it eventually. What are we waiting for this? Metal blocks we have a million of. Let's just add this then to the priority list. So there should be enough bad water in here to get us through. What is it? 2.6, yeah. Maybe don't need that, but be fine. Have they not come to pick this up? Seemingly not. What I am going to do, temporarily at least, is put back in, I think it was this size. Doesn't need to be that size though, could be that one. I'm going to put that back in as well, just so that we can clear up everything, because I would like to, at least somewhat, tidy up after ourselves. Log situation is we have some spare capacity, so doesn't say they can't reach it, so that'll be a nice little win. A hell of a lot of rubble there too, so let's get that picked up as well. Luckily we're not playing in the new version, as otherwise all these resources would eventually evaporate, which is never a good thing. Why isn't that getting built? I don't believe they have anything else to prioritise other than picking up this stuff, which... There's a lot of places to drop everything off here, so I'm surprised it's not working for them. Anyway, so... let's just say sayonara to the rest of it then, shall we? Goodbye to this. And goodbye to this. They probably now can't reach that, but it'll be fine. So the throughput from the power point of view is more beneficial to us. So we're just gonna get everything cleared up. They'll be able to get to that when they build it, but I'm not entirely sure why they won't build anything. I mean, well, okay. I know why they were building things, because I've told this is the most priority thing that they've got to do, which is kind of my fault. Right, so are these guys pretty much empty? Yes, they are. Okay. It's okay. As long as they're not down underneath here, that's the main thing. Which they shouldn't be. What other foods do we have? Because we could do with planting some of those. I would like to remove some of the stuff from down here and expand this area out slightly. So this is carrots and potatoes. So they have a decent reach on them. We can't plant anything underneath there as yet, though. So, but they can reach into all this area. Okay. What are raw potatoes looking like? They are kind of full. I suppose we should at least lay in a giant storage. For the raw potatoes. And they can get around to that whenever they get around to it. Not too much in a rush for that. Have they cleared up everything around here? They have got some of it, not all of it. Right, okay. I just want this done now. And we will just... Obviously. Should now be reachable though, so everything should be in reach once it's done. The stairs in. Quite a lot of rubble there, to be fair, so I would like that back. And then no one will know any difference. And that should be nice. Yeah, the plank's looking good. Right, okay. So, good. Everything is coming up Millhouse. Logs are probably going to be full at some point. Oh no, loads. Loads of space. Loads of space. Okay, that can go. That can go. That's gone finally, so happy days. As long as the rubble's sort of reachable, I'm not... And it's not in the blue... Well, blue stuff? It's clearly red. In the red stuff, we should be okay just to leave them to get to it as and when. Okay, water's pulling back there, so that means that's dried up. Should all go back to a point that's reachable, as is that, as is that. There are some juicy things down here, so again, we'll just say, please come and collect everything. And then that's this area kind of like abandoned, I guess. But while they were bored, they did get this done for us, so hopefully that will improve the dynamite and the planks, which actually at this point aren't that bad. But I think then if they've done that, let's do a bit of living. Is it worth sinking all the planks we have? No. Alright, let's do some of this well-being stuff, I think. No, they can't build the roofs because, well, there's no thing underneath to put them on, which is okay. We will address that soon. I think that's everything highlighted that needs to be. Close. So we'll let them get all of those amenities set up so that they'll be ready and waiting. These will not work because we're going to run out of water, but that is kind of what it is. The reservoir here is still doing fine. I don't think this needs expanding. There was thought that we could go this way a little bit, but I don't think we need it. Yeah, we probably do need some more beavers though, because we are kind of struggling with the numbers for the jobs we have anyway. Well, actually, are we? A lot of that is spare buffer capacity in builders, so actually, maybe not so much. But I think it is time to unplant some stuff down here, as I would like to get some more of these put in, and I'm just going to build them with the platforms, just run it this way. And then we'll just have to use ladders and paths and whatnot. In fact, that's probably a fantastic place to put a ladder. Just while we have the connectivity there. So they can get down to the pool in this area quicker if they needed to, or wanted to. Okay, so with that's being done, obviously there wasn't these houses are getting the major benefit of it, so and I suppose if we're doing that, we may as well get them to build this house as well. And we probably do need to get another little branch line on this side, eventually. If it'll fit, actually. So, let's just see. Where are you? You're in here. No, it will reach. I was wondering if we'd hit any issues going across the buildings, but I don't think so. So that can probably sit down here. In fact, I will place it. And then just add it to there, just because we can, and it's in and ready. They'll get to it eventually. So we have 10 beds, which will probably mean a lot of baby beavers, but that's what we need. We need them to grow up. Let's just look at the numbers. So there's only one that's nearly finished cooking. This guy's probably 2 or 3 days away. Okay, so once all that's finished, which shouldn't be too long. Yeah, the showers will complain. The Fountain of Joy will probably be the thing that we should concentrate on, to be honest, but using lots of paper. What uses paper? Is that this? The scarecrow using paper. Yes, okay. We might need to make some more of that, but it's not something we need a lot of, so... We can get into, what is it, books that they've got. Oh, we don't have a contemplation spot we could do with some of these. These do things for the beavers, so let's add some in where we can get them. Probably isn't very many places. No, need that as a path. Let's just do that. There, I think that'll do. So with 7 days left, this area is going to be quite noisy with the I'm out of water icon, but not much we can do about it at the minute. What are you? Smelting. Are we out of scrap? Yes, we are out of scrap. Okay. That is probably a production issue, because we've only got one solitary beaver doing all of that gathering, so let's give him a friend up here and another friend, and let's say another friend. And we'll probably say make this an important job too, after all of this. And let's just highlight these. And that should give them plenty to be on with, to be fair, for well-being anyway. But it should hit these quite nicely. Let's just take a quick look at... well, that's done. So the next one is 25, so I think if we hit that, we'll be well on track. For work speed, anyway. 27 would be nice, just to get a bit of extra bonus for the life expectancy, so... I think that might be achievable. Blanks, again as ever, yep. But I do think that the reduction adding these in here has done what we needed to do to lift everything up, so that's ideal. I really want to do this. I mean, it's not going to work anyway, so there's not a lot of point in its current form, to be honest. I think they still get some benefit from it, even when it's sort of not. Good potatoes up there. And looks like they've nearly finished everything down here, so... Okay, good. It's probably worth adding that as well, just to get them over to the contemplation spots that are on this side, I guess. So let's get them to finish this. Does the lumberjack flag need to exist down here? I don't think it does. So let's just get rid of that. What can we put in its place? Something that's a single thing. Probably just another contemplation spot. And then we do need to get into some of the bigger stuff. So obviously we've got things such as the carousel and the agora and detailers and whatnot. Even the dance hall would be quite good. These need power and... Do they need power? Oh no, these ones don't need power, do they? I'm thinking of the other one. Iron teeth. Interesting. Okay. Maybe we can... I mean, that definitely needs power. The rest of them do not. Okay. Okie dokie. Right, alright, fair enough. I think this area is now done. That's got us what we needed to get for, I think it was work speed, I believe. Let's just have a look. Anyone on 25? I suppose it doesn't really matter. This guy's crushing at 30. Yeah, 60%. Yeah. So, we do need to give them a bit of an extra boost. But I think that'll do quite nicely, and I believe that's all the construction stuff complete. Okay, so, I'm going to send them back into here. Into the mines, and I'm just literally going to say... do what you must. Rip them all, rip everything out that needs to be ripped out, or deleted, or prioritized. Just get it done. As I would like to get this finished. In fact, on this layer, I'd like you to blow everything out first. And it should be explodable, in theory. And we'll put in some 2 farms on this side. There's a mirror of these, maybe a bit further this way, just to cover both. And then we'll move the crops. I'll leave them to it. So 3 days. These trees are going to be fine. No issues there. Yeah, we are experiencing a bit of an issue with power at this point when the wind doesn't blow, but I think they do charge up mostly overnight. But 3 days left. I don't think that these are going to run out, and these have got all the way down to the bottom of the map to get to. So again, don't think we've got an issue. Water's looking fine. It's probably going to be something that's going to have to get done up here to make this a thing. Not that though. That should then open this area up for them to gather all of that. Yep, looks like it does. I'm concerned about the deleting sound, to be fair, but maybe it's not a problem. Maybe. And then there's going to be a whole lot of planks in here, so our reserves will be very much back in. We're pointlessly building stuff, I know that. It's just, I lost my mind trying to deal with it, so I just added them back in. Just because. To be fair, I think a lot of these can go. So they can go pick those up, and we will have more than enough planks at this point. Should be able to reach all of these, yes. I'm not sure if that means that they'll do this high priority over this high priority. Not entirely sure. They're picking them up good. Hopefully they're just getting dumped into there and used just as quickly, so... Amazing. Right, that should be done very soon. Just in time for the new temperate cycle, actually. Very nice, very nice. Right, so... I was thinking about the housing and put it on here, but now I just think I'm going to build this, so... I think I will shut houses down up here. I'll let them build one more, and then I'll shut a house down. I still think it's nice to have all of the rooftop terraces in place. Which, let's see. is it making a difference? That's the main question. Yeah, okay. I think they're not getting as much time as they would like to get into it, to be honest, but kind of is what it is. We probably could do with sorting out campfires as well. This might be a nice little area for a load of campfires. Let's see. I believe it's set to cut. Yes, it is. So let them clear that, and then we'll put in a load of campfires around there, because they only have this one, I believe. Which probably explains a lot, to be honest. Good, everything's going green. That's filled that back in. That is now filling back up nicely. When that overspills, we could, at some point, if we do expand this, and only if we expand it, we could change these for sluices and block this up completely. Well, not completely, but as long as it's set to be less than this. We could probably push that maybe to 0.9, see if it floods. We'll find out. Good, we've got water coming down through here. This is now churning nicely. Recovery batteries should be going back to 100%. Which they very much are. Lovely stuff. Okay, have they finished this? What are we out of? What are we actually out of? It's not dynamite. It isn't planks. So... these? Do these? Okay, so in theory at this point, I can demolish all of this. Let me just go up to this level, because I want to make doubly sure. But that should only ever be planks, and it is only planks, so yes. Amazing. Right. Finally, it's complete. So, just pick up everything. I want all of this area clear. We are going to need probably more plank storage, to be fair, also. So, well, why don't we fix that while we are here? There's a lot for dirt. Did we put planks down here? Street planks. Yeah, 0.9s I think is a bit too rich, so let's just go back to 8.5. Get rid of that. 0.85 should fix all that. A little bit of surging, but not too much. We're going to need more places for more planks, aren't we? So, storage then. The old planks in here. I'd like you to get this built as soon as possible. Finally, we're done in here. So just to tidy this up a little bit, I'd like get rid of those. I would like to have a path that's just runs straight down the middle. And a path that runs straight across the middle also. Like so. Probably get rid of those paths. This shouldn't take more than a second or two just to tidy up. So we have this quadrant down here, which will be very nicely in place. I think... put those two there. They should have full reachability on this side, which they look to do, which is good. Path's a bit weird and wonderful, but it'll do quite nicely for what we want it to do. So, with that said, I'll just set a farm to be the lowest priority job. And down here, basically, is going to be carrots and potatoes. I think potatoes actually on this side. These guys will help out where they can, obviously, because they've got large amounts of reachability anyway, so that's going to get growing for us. That'll be good. Now that this area is cleaned out, let's get these emptied. We do not need them to be here anymore. We don't need that either, so let's get that emptied. Let's see, have they built this up here? They have. We're going to have more planks than we have to know what to do with, to be honest, at this point, so... Okay, we have another drought approaching, so hopefully it's not too bad for us, but we'll see. We should be able to get in here. Oh yeah, they're from below, aren't they? So that's okay. So with extract numbers, where are they? Where's extract? Am I missing it? Is it in a different section? Oh, it's there. Can't see it. Couldn't see for looking. So these guys are pumping out bad water. We aren't filling this as much as I'd like, but looks like that'll come through as I say that, so fair enough. No storage space, okay. We're going to need a bit of a buffer zone here, aren't we? So, did we just chuck another one in? I think so. Do that. More planks. We've got, well, everything in we need to fix it anyway, so it should do quite nicely. I suppose with the glut of planks, let's just say go for it. No, you can't, can you not? That's interesting. But very fixable. So that's in, it should be reachable. In fact, there's a long way for them to go there, so let's change tack just a little bit. Let's just say, put that there. Build me that. And this thing should be very much in reach. And with the zip line, they should be able to get to it pretty quickly. And with that said, we can also, before the drought kicks in, get in some campfires. Try and get these in a place where they're going to be interesting. Well, it's interesting as we can make it anyway. So, we've got that connected into there, that and that. Coming along beautifully. That'll give us a massive bonus for the whole area. These guys miss out slightly. 18-day droughts. We could probably put the other one over here, so... Brazier of Bonding could survive, live over here somewhere. But we'll look to build that next time. So, that will come along nicely. Let's just make sure they've fixed everything out underneath here. Not yet. I mean, there's plenty of planks, to be fair. I can see that it's not full with my own eyes. Oh, I don't really know what you're talking about. That is set to planks. Yes, it's less than 1,000, so... I don't know. They'll sort it out, I'm sure. The street planks are in. We'll see this done, and then we'll probably end this episode here. We'd like to see this get in, and beavers can wow when they see it, just like that. That'll be fine. Still quite low on beavers, though, to be fair, which is a bit weird, but I would have thought and hoped that they'd have... I mean, there's 16 kids, to be fair, so that's a lot of kids. That's probably going to be a massive death wave at some point, unfortunately. But hopefully we have enough of a buffer to make it not a problem. Just needs to be hit with a hammer, and we should be golden. Boom. There we go. Listen to those numbers. Beautiful. instantly hit. Everyone gets it. Amazing. 33, and I think we started on 18. That is a massive, massive boost to the beavers. Still more to be done. Some people are even hitting the next tier, which is beautiful to see. So I think the brazier bonding down here, it's not going to hit them all, but I think it'd be useful to get some of the beavers done. Obviously, this is going to stop working when this dries up, so again, that might facilitate us having to keep this area watered at least. But I think for now, the last thing we'll do is see if they can reach all of this, which they can. I mean, I know for a fact you're lying to me because I can see that there's still space. I may just yeet them into oblivion. In fact, I'm going to. Yes. They have been yeeted. So, these ones seem like they'll get picked up. So, not too sure why it's an issue for them, but... Oh, it's extracted. I see. Well... I mean, there's the space for it, so I don't know why it's an issue for them. Looks like they've started on up above too, which is good to see. Which means that they've got more stuff to do. I was in here then, let's just say carrots can go in there. I'm still confused to say why it's full when it clearly isn't, so... I think what we'll do is we'll just... Get that on the path, and then just delete these. I mean, what are we talking here? 5 planks. I don't care. Goodbye. They're gone. They are gone. Let's just clear that path up and get the carrots put back in. I like these building, please. And I guess the old sunflowers can be planted here. And then the underground sunflowers that clearly don't need the sun will be a-okay. I should tweak that slightly so that yeah, I'm gonna tweak this slightly to rip all of that out. And I'm gonna tweak it ever so slightly by saying do it now please, and then they'll get right on it. Bit of a shame we lose this path space, but kind of is what it is. It'll be fine. I would also like these doing. Should be very quick to build as well. Zoom back up to the top. We are definitely full on planks now. So they are digging their way through here? Yeah. Then up here, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to plant, but it will be something. It's obviously a smaller area. Maybe the trees, but all of this can get ripped out now, so I'm going to say I could have planted bees, but don't think it's a problem anymore. I don't think we need to rush them, so let's just say that we will unplant these. Don't think we need to worry ourselves too much about this area anymore. We could do with tidying it up. This farmhouse will go away eventually once all that's pulled out of the ground. Beehive can go, so it can stop injuring everyone. We'll let that greenify the area. Cool beans. Alright. Everything's working nicely down here. Good, they ripped that out, so more sunflowers. And this will be the last thing we do today. And that should give us decent numbers of, well, everything, really. There's more corn than we can shake a stick at. It's all full in here anyway. Did we ever make a bakery? Yes, we did. Maple pastries and the bread. So, well, we're following those two. So, food is looking fantastic. We are not going to be struggling, I think, for food at this point. Water is fixed. Bad water is less so. But, I mean, there's a tank there. We've got enough dynamite to create whatever we're going to need, I think. So, I'm not too concerned. The wind's charging the batteries up, so I think we're okay. So, to that end, let's just say I'd like that doing as well, please. And that should give us a very nice extra wodge of metal we can pull out the ground here. We are balanced on beavers too, which is nice. In fact, we're overbalanced because people are injured, so that's good. Not that they're injured, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. We do need someone in there, so hopefully they'll replant those. Are these just drying out? Okay, fine. Not much we can do about that, to be honest. Not really, anyway. Not without killing more trees, but meh, it is what it is. There is a little watering hole here. We could maybe put a tunnel underneath here. Yeah, we probably could actually. Let's we probably could. So, what was going to be the last thing to do today? It's going to be not quite the last thing we do today. Yeah, but I'll get to that at some point. And that should water this corner. In theory, anyway. Cool, right, so they're cracking on with this. This will be a little bit of a babysitting job come the next episode, but they're making a big chunk of a distance into that. They have to do all of the upstairs area, which, you know, is what it is. This area obviously is now finished, so we don't need to worry too much about that. We just leave it be, and we are now farming underneath the ridge, which is exactly what I wanted to do. There's a few other bits pieces for construction they need to get on with, and I think it's going to be just a prioritisation job. That ridge stuff in here is going to... It was the first on the list, so it's one of those things. I may say do these first, but I'm going to stop playing the game now because I have said that on 3 occasions. So with this episode's pretty much done. There's 9 days left on the drought, so this is going to dry out, but we'll resume with the beavers next time. I think we aren't too far away from getting this whole playthrough done on this one. So with that, obviously we need to put in the old earth recultivator. But before we get to that point, if there's anything that you would like to see done, as I think we can probably do things that may be a little bit crazy at this point. We've pretty much secured the future of the beavers at this, so again, I think they're safe as houses at this point. But yeah, if there's anything you'd like to see, please let me know. I will see what we can do together and see if we can do anything weird and wonderful. If it's like mass terraforming of the whole map, maybe not so much that, but you know, things we'd like to see, improving any of the production stuff, changing the zip lines, any of that crazy shenanigans you could think of, do let me know. Maybe expanding this so we can keep this watered 24/7, even in a 30-day drought, perhaps. I mean, expanding all of this. Or we could even dig deep into here, which we haven't yet done, but just a couple of suggestions potentially. Let me know your thoughts on those as well. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.